Welcome to another fantastic edition of Yahtzee Beat the Runtime. We're doing live albums. Well, partially live albums. There's a couple of studio tracks on here, which was a thing that, and I hate it, just commit to an album type. Is it a studio album? Is it a live album? Is it a rarities album? Is it a best of album? We don't know what the hell this is. This is Live from Earth from Pat Benatar, who I quite like. I'm a big Pat Benatar fan. My friend Mike hates Pat Benatar, has like just an unrealistic hatred for Pat Benatar that I've never been able to figure out. Another friend of mine, the guy's Cliff B in the band 2D6. If you ever check out some nerdcore rap, they have several fantastic albums available on all kinds of streaming platforms. They do live shows. Just a great duo. DJ Stuck down in a mine shaft, I think, and MC Cliff B. Those guys are great. Shout out to them. Anyway, one of their albums, I think, is named after Pat Benatar, and they like, it's like Pat Benatar made us do this or something. What is the name of the album? I gotta look it up. I should have had this up already. I can't find it. Pat Benatar told us to stop doing this. Anyway, check them out. This is Pat Benatar, 80s icon, Live from Earth, has some of her biggest hits. We're going to try and do our best to do it justice in the world of Yahtzee by beating the track lengths and the album runtime as a whole in Yahtzee. And we royally effed up last time. We did not beat the album runtime. It was one of those damn Kids Bop albums. We're not going to let that happen today. This is very beatable. The individual songs are quite beatable as well. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. But if everything goes our way, and I mean everything, maybe we get a perfect score today. Right now, things not going our way. Fire and Ice is the opening track. Oh, that's going our way. What's Pat Benatar up to these days? We never hear too much from her, I feel like. Is that by design? Did she just like nope out on existing in the public forum? I don't blame her. It's a rough life. I know it all too well with my legions of adoring fans. Looking for a Stranger. Now that's a provocative title right there. I do see one track is going to give us a challenge. The cool thing about, like, I don't know, she was like almost kind of like the original, like Avril Lavigne, maybe in some ways. Maybe Haley Williams is a better comparison. I don't know. What would the modern day analog to Pat Benatar be? Because she kind of had like a rock vibe going on. I hear Charlie XCX is going to do a rock album. Do we think that's actually going to happen? I'll tell you what, I'm a big fan. So if anyone could pull it off, it's Charlie. Let's just be clear. Oh man, I really wanted that large straight. Yeah, we're already in trouble here, it looks like. Big time trouble. Oh, man, we're putting up another historically low score here. We need to get a large straight there. We're not. This is awful. There's a full house at least. We're sitting at 108 right now. 134. Thank goodness we got that saved us. That rescued us. Oh, 174. My buddy Warren is probably watching this and being like, what in the F are you doing, John? What is going on with your Yahtzee, your dice rolls? Need to practice up there in the white room. If you don't know, that's a me versus me Yahtzee reference. That's something else you should be checking out along with 2D6, the band. I insist you do both of these things immediately, but only after you have verified that you are subscribed to this channel. All ones Yahtzee. That's the most important thing. You subscribe here, and then I'll allow you to subscribe to other channels as I see fit that are appropriate and related to mine. You know, a rising tide lifts all boats. So let's lift everyone up here. That's a lot of sixes. I don't know why I'm going for threes. I already have them. I mean, let's go for another Yahtzee. Let's just get really... No, let's be responsible here, John. That's what's been getting you into trouble the last couple episodes. It's just not coming in with a strategy, rambling on about random shit. That's how bad things happen. The perfect score is already gone. We know that. We live for love. We live for love. We live for Yahtzee. We live for the dice, the thrill of the hunt. I went to the store today. By the way, we have a claw machine in our house now. We have effectively a full-size claw machine in our house now. The wife bought it as an anniversary gift. It's amazing. It's an amazing gift, and it's an amazing device. But every once in a while, I feel like we got to fill the thing up with some random stuff. So anyway, so I was looking at the store today. I was at like the Meijer, which is like, you know, one of the big box stores here. And went to like the toy aisle, and man, first of all, things are expensive. That's number one. Everything is way too expensive right now. And number two, I like how everything is just converging around gambling now. Think about it. Blind boxes are everywhere. We have microtransactions in games. There's a resurgence in trading cards. And you can now, by the way, also bet in prediction markets on virtually anything. Gambling is everywhere. And maybe it always was. And maybe we just didn't notice it as much, you know? But it's really everywhere right now, and it's just really crazy. Like, the more and more I think about it. I actually did my college senior project on football gambling, and I remember thinking to myself, man, you know, if they ever, like, make sports betting, like, legal where I live, I'll be all about that. And, you know, as they've kind of rolled out all these, it started with the daily fantasy sports, which was just a loophole into illegal gambling. That's all it was. It was like, well, instead of betting on the teams, let's have them just bet on players. That'll get around it. So that was a thing. It might still be a thing, but like, let's be honest. Like the goal was always to just, those companies were just setting themselves up to have their foot in the door of online sports gambling. And so, of course, that was the next thing. And I have not even participated in it once. It's so pervasive. There's ads for it everywhere. It's just so ridiculous. And like, you know, I have fun at the casino every once in a while when I go. There's one not too far away. I worked at one for a while. This is just some John Wyatt Edgar lore I'm telling you about. But like, man, like, you know, things are too expensive right now to be doing all this stuff. People need to be making wise financial decisions. They don't need to be getting into this, you know, gambling on everything, everywhere. It's just very irresponsible. And it, you know, it's unfortunate that that's what the world has come to. At least here in the US. I don't know how it is everywhere else. But I think we've gotten out of control with the gambling. It's just me on my high horse right now. Let's hit him with our best shot here. Let's hit this game with our best shot. This is probably Right, this is probably Pat Benatar's biggest hit. We think that, or Heartbreaker, which is a little bit coming up soon. But I think Hit Me With Your Best Shot is probably maybe the biggest one. I'll let the fanboys out there debate about this. Now, I personally think, oh, there's another Yahtzee. We're on pace here for a really good score. Another one, perhaps? Nope, but we'll take the Four of a Kind. My favorite, personal favorite Pat Benatar song is probably either We Belong or Love is a Battlefield. How is for Children is also good. We just stopped by there. Track 5, game 5. 311 is a score. Probably my favorite man of all time. By the way, got to meet Nick Hexum in person recently. I don't know if I talked about this at all on any of these videos because I've been kind of out of it. Got to meet Nick Hexum at 311. Awesome. He smelled amazing, by the way. Super tall, super nice. He did a live solo show on Easter Sunday over here in Louisville. There's another Yahtzee of all threes, appropriately, since I'm talking about 311. Pat Benatar's out there like, hey, you should be talking about me and my live album. This is my time. But I'd be willing to bet that, 311 are fans, at least some of the members of Pat Benatar. I mean, they were certainly fans of The Cure. They covered Love Song, right? They did a very fine cover of it, actually. I would argue it's almost as much their song as it is The Cure's now. Kind of like Johnny Cash with Hurt. I'm going all over the place. So are the dice. This is problematic right now. There we go. That's very nice for us. We need 4s to get the bonus. 2 is good enough. Let's see if we can bring it home with at least a Four of a Kind or another Yahtzee. We can't. 283. Not good enough for Promises in the Dark. Let's see if we could do Heartbreaker, which I think is where the live album actually ends, because Love is a Battlefield and Lipstick Lies, I believe, are both studio recordings. And that was the thing. I alluded to this at the beginning. Back in the day, I feel like a lot of live albums, I don't know if it's still as common, they'd throw in that bonus studio track at the end. Blink-182 did it with Man Overboard on the Mark, Tom, and Travis show. That's a more slightly, I guess that's like classic rock at this point, though, too, right? It's a very specific demographic I'm aiming for here, it seems like. There's a good Full House, though. Oh, the cats are about. It must be feeding time. It must be feeding time. There's our large straight. We'll take it. And Jazargo has made an appearance. Say hello. There she is. She's not my favorite cat because I have no favorites. Let's be honest. I love them all equally. $253, just short again. What is going on here? Can we at least beat Love is a Battlefield? This is like a 5.5 minute track, so we're gonna need some Yahtzees. Stat. Why do they say stat? I know it's like a medical terminology, but I think we use it in common language to describe like pronto or immediately, ASAP. And I don't necessarily think that's what that means. I'll pose that question to you. I'm not going to look it up, and I'll just assume someone's going to answer it in the comments, which I always appreciate. People do, they correct me, they will answer stuff in the comments, and like days later I'll go in and check, and it's like, oh, okay, someone did the research for me, and we appreciate that. Sometimes we are just too busy. I'm going to do rare 0 there on a small straight because I just don't think that's coming. Oh, there's our 4s. We needed those just in time. It's not going to be enough, unfortunately, here unless we get back-to-back Yahtzees, which we're not even getting one. In fact, we're barely beating 200. That's one Yahtzee, though, which fulfills our Yahtzee obligation. Always love it when you see it there at the end. This is a quick episode here. Only 10 songs, 5 aside. Lipstick Lies. I don't remember this one much. This is of the 2 studio tracks at the end. And again, I say 2 because I think that they're both studio tracks. I used to have this on vinyl. I don't remember. There's another Yahtzee. Love is a Battlefield is by far the best one. So that's why I'm like, yeah, this one, it's just whatever. We just throw whatever at it. But then we get a Yahtzee. Okay, I'm done with straights. I don't need any more of those. 4s we need. 6s we definitely need. We like to have as many of those as possible. Look at that double Yahtzee, 7 on the day. And a chance for more. And that's good because we probably needed that to beat the album runtime. We haven't been playing super great. Remember how I talked myself up like we were going to have an awesome day. There's 403 though. Ooh, this could be really good actually. 427. Folks, I think we might have a top 10 all-time score here. Let's try to get a couple ones to pad it out. 437 to close the day. And that Lipstick Lies to me, which is not that great of a song, is good enough for number 8 all time on our Beat the Runtime top 10 individual games list. Congratulations to me and to you for tuning in to witness that small piece of history. We'll be back on our regularly scheduled Kids Bop compilation run next episode. So keep on checking these videos out. And again, make sure to subscribe to myself and 2D6, Me versus Me Yahtzee. All of my recommendations, you should take those immediately. But most importantly, subscribe to me first. Okay? Okay.